me ask you this, why would e.l.f. release a product and then kind of immediately take it back and delete it off the internet? It's funny how brands can go from the people's favorite, could do no wrong, that switch overnight. And when that kind of switch happens, it feels like one thing goes wrong after the other, and they start to fall down this hole of like, oops, we did it again. Oh, we messed up again. And unfortunately, e.l.f. has become that brand. Please go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. It's RobertWLSH. I do exclusive videos over there, exclusive rants and my in my stories. I would love to have you over there. For those of you who don't know, e.l.f. came out with this product, and they called it their new self-made bottles, right? And it was basically a big empty jar that comes completely clean, and it had an applicator on the end. Now, this product came free when you spent $15 or more on elfcosmetics.com. Here's literally how they describe it, right? Or described it, because it doesn't exist anymore. So, details. What it is, an empty, clean 1.6 ounce Halo Gloss bottle. So, you know, like their Halo Glow? It was a big one of them. So you can create your own custom jumbo lip gloss at home. Lippies sold separately. Please note results may vary when mixing different flavors. Using the bottle a second or third or fourth time to make your DIY Halo Glow is at your own risk. If you want to use the bottles again, we recommend making sure the bottle is e.l.f.ing cleaned and sanitized. e.l.f.ing. So that's it. It was just a big empty e.l.f. Halo Glow empty. You won't find this on the website anymore. It's now been taken down. And as of the time of writing this, they do have a notice saying the product is on vacay. Okay, so let's start off with how this happened, right? And why there is an issue with this product. Now, this whole product came around because there was a whole trend online of people doing this DIY lip gloss situation.
Let's make a big lip gloss with lippies I don't use. And before all the baddies come for me talking about, oh, you're wasting product. Y'all, I literally used this hoe down to the brim. She was literally bones and skin. That's why it was so easy for me to wash her. First, let's start with this bad bitch. I barely use her, so we're just gonna remove the spacer. Okay, so we're just gonna pour her in. This is a pretty pink color. Look at her. Let's get into the Catrice Diamond Glaze Lip Gloss. Look at her. I love her because she's so sparkly. Ooh, look at that. Literally, look at all that sparkles. I just want to put her on to show you guys. Look at how pretty she is. My next victim is going to be this Victoria's Secret Kiwi Bliss lip gloss. That's so satisfying. And I'm just going to use all of her because, like, I literally don't even reach for her. Now let's add the Victoria's Secret Cherry Balm. Let's also add a lip mask. I'm going to be using this one from Catrice. And she's like a really nice red color. Not only do I want my lips to be glossy, but I also want them to be hydrating. Da fuck. Now I'm going to add Summer Friday Sweet Mint. I'm also going to add Pink Sugar by Summer Fridays as well. Of this dark lip balm, just because I don't really like reach for her. And I don't really like the color on me, so I want to see how she looks mixed in. And I'm just going to do another scoop. I'm also going to use this one as well because I don't really like use her as much and she's already like halfway empty. Now let's also add this Cosmetic lip balm. I'm going to be using this MAC lip balm. And she's like a very orangey color, which I normally wouldn't gravitate towards. She's low-key hard to put in. That's what he said. Okay, so this is what our little concoction is looking like. You can already see like the glitter on her. I'm ready to try her out, so I'm just going to be putting back in the spacer. Okay, so I just finished putting in the spacer back in. Y'all, I'm so excited to try her out. I'm going to take off my current lip combo just so I can show you the gloss. This is what she's looking like. I'm so glad I did this because I just put together all the lippies that I don't use, and now I'm very much going to be using her more frequently. The lip glosses, I tend to lose her a lot since they're literally so small, but now carrying around this bad bitch, I'm not going to be losing her. This is so pretty.
This was around 6 or 7 months ago, right? It was a trend to take the Halo Glow bottle, clean it, and fill it up with your leftover lip glosses and balms to create a big jumbo size lip gloss, balm, oil, all-in-one everything, right? The finished product ends up looking like a giant lip gloss.
Hi guys, today we're making a giant lip gloss. First I'm going in with this Beauty Supply lip gloss. The goal for this is I want like a pinky nude. Next I have this Victoria's Secret lip gloss. Next I'm putting this lip gloss in. My package is always leaking, so just gonna put it in here. I love minty lip products. It makes me feel very clean. And then I have this lip color, Latte Glaze. I love the color, but I hate the smell. I got the stopper off, and our lip gloss is getting pretty freaking full. Okay guys, I cleaned off this mixer as much as I could into this, and look at the color. I was probably going to come out with a huge lip gloss, but this is probably going to be my perfect lip gloss. Oh my gosh. This is so perfect.
Hey guys, make the viral jumbo e.l.f. Halo Glow like lip gloss. I literally have so many lip glosses. I also bought a few just for this because I didn't want to use all of mine. I now understand what the people were saying in their videos about cleaning this out. This was impossible, literally impossible to clean out. But here's what she looks like, literally all clean, even the bottom's literally perfect. Okay, now that we got the stopper off, now we can fill it with lip gloss. So we changed the angle so you can see everything, but the first one I'm gonna go in with is just a normal clear one. I've never used this before, but look at that like applicator, it's cool. So first we're just gonna like pour it straight in. Underestimated this. Okay, but like low-key, look how pretty she is. I'm sad to mix it. Okay, so I got a wooden skewer to mix this with because I think that's gonna be easier. I'm so excited, but I hope it doesn't like get everywhere. Again, look how pretty it is. The stuff on the bottom isn't getting mixed, but look at the gradient. Okay, so here's what she looks like, almost all mixed. Now we're just gonna add the stopper in. Okay, so we're gonna pop this back in. There we go. Now we just have to put the thing back in. Now the moment I've been waiting for, does this look good on? I love it. Oh my gosh. But I literally love this so much and I cannot wait to keep using it more. But e.l.f., here's your hint to start making like big giant lip glosses. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Now listen, from the get-go, this may look like a kind of a good idea to do, right? You have all these different glosses, you have all these different balms just laying around, and it's fun to mix things, you know? We used to do it as kids. Everyone used to make their own shampoo, right? Out of just mixing things together, potions. And it may seem like a great way to use products that maybe you weren't going to use the whole thing up. The giant gloss is cute. I mean, but how long is it going to take for you to get through the whole thing, you know? The only issue with this is people were then buying these products just to be on this trend. So people started buying a big Halo Glow and then emptying it, buying loads of lip products just to make this like big lip gloss. So at the end of the day, they were actually wasting a whole big product. But also as well, let's bear in mind, if you just mix a load of products together, you know, without having done it before, there's no guarantee you're going to like the way it looks. Like, what if it ends up some sludgy color you don't even like? What if you hate the smell? What if you hate the texture, the taste? At least if you buy something you're not keen on, you can just give it to someone else and just learn for next time, you know? So that's where that e.l.f. release came from. And I think it was trying to be a little bit more strategic, you know, kind of like, oh, we're listening to our fans, our followers, our customers, and this is kind of what they want, but here's a clean bottle. That's what it was. They saw a chance to make people pay for essentially nothing and saw money signs, really. I mean, most brands dream of just being able to sell people empty packaging, right? So instead of creating something new, they just jumped on this trend that was way past its prime. I mean, I'm sure it's not difficult to just take some of your empties from the factory. But even talking about this from an eco-friendly point of view, if you look at the description, they say to reuse at your own risk. So they don't even recommend reusing it. Again, very horrible for the environment, basically giving away something for free that is just empty and then saying, yeah, don't use it again. Like, they can make that huge page in their website talking about how they have, you know, joined the fair trade program and how respect for the planet and people is their #1 priority. taken directly from the site, by the way, but literally, I mean, that's just words if you're encouraging people to buy 3 of this item so they can get a free single-use product. If people wanted to play chemists, they would use the packaging they already have out there. That's where that trend came from, you know, using things up, not to go out and buy something specifically to do it. Okay. Something else I want to talk about is just how irresponsible and frankly stupid it was for e.l.f. to even be endorsing the trend in the first place, never mind selling something to encourage it. These tubes, these homemade, self-made DIY glosses are basically petri dishes. So just getting scientific here for just a minute, as a brand, telling people to go mix together products that go on their face with no other thought is a lawsuit waiting to happen, right? Cosmetic products in general, especially ones that are water-based or moist, are designed by actual chemists in a lab with preservative systems to stop bacterial and fungal growth. Now, it's cosmetics, but please remember, makeup is a science. The formula is a science. The way it sits on the skin is a science, right? So the cosmetic chemist will spend months, sometimes longer, developing formulations so that preservatives are the correct ones, so that its pH is balanced, so that it stays stable and available throughout the whole product and tube. Now, what happens when you mix products that weren't developed to be mixed together? You can destabilize the formulation balance, right? So different products have different pH levels, different ingredient bases like oils or water, and if you mix them randomly with other things, all of the preservatives can eventually distribute themselves. All these things kind of just stop working how they're meant to. Even just the act of opening all your products and pouring them into the same tube exposes them to the air, your skin, surfaces, whatever tools you use, which all make the entire process unsanitary. An example of this, right? Say someone mixes together a clear lip oil with something like a watery lip stain or even tinted serum gloss. Even if there wasn't a dedicated preservative in there, and there was something like tocopherol or like vitamin E, which is also a super common ingredient that is an antioxidant, it's there to stop oil from going rancid and does absolutely nothing in a water-based formula to prevent bacterial growth. You would literally be watering down a safe formula. Where are you going to store this, right? In a warm, dark purse, in a bathroom, and you still want that touching your lips? Now, I'm not saying you can't mix 2 lip products together in general, right? That's totally fine. We do it on the lips all the time. Makeup artists do it. When we're doing our own makeup, we do it. But that is used immediately and is mixed in on a sanitary surface. And listen, I'm not saying that if you do this, you know, it's gonna kill you. Chances are you'll probably be fine, but that isn't to say that something won't happen. Okay, there's something called angular cheilitis. I think I said that wrong. Infected cracks. And you know how if your lips get a little bit dry, especially during the winter, or like mine are now, my lips are so dry from where I've been really like ill. It's just like eating up the product. So yeah, so your lips can be dry, especially during the winter. You can get tons of like micro cracks across the surface of your lips. If bacteria from one of these lip glosses was to find its way into those cracks, you're gonna get sore, red, burning, crusty, weepy, lip. And even more common than that, you've got contact dermatitis. So destabilized or contaminated lip products could easily irritate them, causing itching, burning, or swelling. If you've ever went through a period where your lips hate everything, and maybe it's just the scent that's irritating them, chances are that was contact dermatitis. So all of this information we've taken directly from research papers, one of them being the National Library of Medicine. So just stepping back from scaring everyone with the thought of their lips dropping off, bringing it back to e.l.f. again now on how stupid this was. e.l.f. have clearly seen that this wasn't a good idea, and before e.l.f. even released this, I was aware of this trend, and I think people were saying, don't do this, please don't do this, this is a really stupid idea. You could, you know, ruin yourself, ruin your lips from doing this. And again, it kind of shows that lack of research or that lack of really basic, like, maybe we shouldn't do this, maybe we shouldn't do that, maybe we shouldn't use matte Rife. You know, that kind of like basic level research that if you were just to Google, you would come up with all the answers you need. Because this was an issue before e.l.f. even had anything to do with it, right? People were saying, don't do this.
Don't do it. This giant e.l.f. keychain lip gloss trend is all over my FYP. People are taking that e.l.f. makeup product, washing out the bottle, and pouring in a ton of different lip care products into it. This is a bad idea. First of all, repurposing product packaging with other products that were never intended to go in there, that is a setup for disaster. This is cute though, I will say. But then when you mix all of the products together, the individual formulas can get really wonky and separate out, and you just end up with a mess. Not to mention, it might compromise the integrity of the preservative system, setting the stage for contamination issues, especially when we're putting it up close to our mouth and dipping it back in. As a self-proclaimed lip balm hoarder collector, this right here, unfortunately, is lip balm assault. Don't do it. Good job on the bling, though. That is cute.
It does make me wonder what goes through the brand's head when they're thinking about doing it. What do you think of this trend? Would you have tried this trend? Do you like the idea of mixing all these products together and letting it fester in a tube, in a test tube? You know, the brand is like, oh, you do it at your own risk. Come on now. Let me know your opinions below. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.